Jai Jinendra, friends. Namaskara to everyone. This is Nitin HP here from the team at jainheritagecenters.com. Friends, we are here at an ancient Jain heritage site belonging to the 14th century AD. This place is called as Echagadli or Echiganahalli, a village located about 18 kilometers from Mysore, the cultural capital of Karnataka, and 8 kilometers from Nanjangud, the Taluk center. Friends, over the next few minutes, we will explore the rich Jain heritage of this ancient Digambar Jain temple dedicated to Tirthankara Neminatha and Brahma Yaksha. Again, this is Nitin HP here from the team at jainheritagecenters.com. Come on, let's move on and explore this ancient Digambar Jain temple. Friends, as you see here, while we enter the temple, this is the main entrance of the temple, and this is the Manastamba that has been installed very recently. And as we move on, we will be entering the main entrance of the temple. And this temple, like I already mentioned, this is a 14th century temple. I mean, means to say this is a temple with over 600 to 700 years of history, and the temple is presently going through a renovation. And before we enter the temple, here is a small mini temple that is being built for Kudure Brahmadeva, or the Brahma Yaksha riding the horse, that is Kudure. And this is a idol and a structure that has been constructed about 5 or 6 years ago. And this is the idol of Brahma Yaksha that you see over here. And as we move on, friends, let's go through the exteriors of the temple. Then we will enter the interiors of this temple. And as you see here, the temple is going through a renovation. And you see over here, this is the lucky tree, and you see a bit of Havanakundas or the Homakundas used to perform the various Jaina rituals and pujas. And as you see here in the background of the temple, you see a lot of paddy fields over there. This is one of the very temple that has been located in the midst of a very nicely made nice environment with a good surroundings. And if you see over here, these are on the other side. If you see, just about 200 or 250 meters from the temple is a free-flowing river, the river Kapila, one of the tributaries of Kaveri. And as you see here, we have approached the back of the temple, and this is the Shikara or the pinnacle, what you see over here. And as we move on, let's get into the interiors of the temple. Friends, from the outside, when you look at this temple, it might not sound, you will not be able to gauge its historicity or the ancientness. Now here you go, from where we will start looking at the ancient heritage of this particular temple. You will be amazed to hear the facts that we will be exploring now. Look at this particular structure. This is the horse, the vehicle or the vahana of a Brahma Yaksha. And the localites believe that this horse keeps on growing every year by minuscule of its height. And they say, when the couple of people who have been here, they say that they have seen the horse being very small and it is grown over a period of time. And as you come over here, you see a few other structures over there. Again, the side entrance, which is directly in line with one of the other deities over there. Let's enter the main, move on to the main entrance of the temple. From there, we will try and explore the rest of the temple. As you see over here, the temple is going through a full-fledged renovation. And if you see here, we have almost reached, come back after completing one full pradakshina of the temple. And if any one of you would like to support the renovation work of this particular temple, please note down the details over here that you see right now, and you can directly contact the trustees over there, and along with that you can also transfer your donation to this particular temple's renovation initiative. And now we have again come back to the main entrance. If you see over here, the structure over here. This is the Sri Bali Pita that you see, and further ahead, moving on, look at the pillars on either sides, very attractively made pillars with women sitting on a fish, and this is the another we have just entered the entrance. You see over here the elephants being carved along the pillar, and again here you see there is one more pillar with the elephants being carved, and as we move on, you can see a lot of other details within the temple. And as we enter over here, look at this particular structure. This is the idol of goddess Kushmandini, the Yakshi of the 22nd Tirthankara of Jainism, Tirthankara Neminatha. This is a newly made idol of goddess Kushmandini by one of the donors called Mr. Adirajaya, who is the present president of this particular temple. This idol was made about 15-20 years back. And as we move on, friends, if you recall, a couple of minutes back I had shown a particular horse. We will just witness the horse again and see, like the horse that I mentioned earlier, which is said to be growing inch by inch every year. And as you see here, in a straight line to this horse is seen another deity, and this deity is the deity that you see right now in your frame. This is the deity of Brahma Yaksha. And friends, if you look at this particular deity, you can see a very unique structure, and this is not made through stone or anything. This is made through leppa. Leppa means it is called a form of clay that has been made and they have been painted. All these have been painted through natural colors, and this is the unique thing that you see over here. And particularly, like this particular idol of Brahma Yaksha has been made about 200 years back. If you look at the idol on the either sides, surrounding the idol, you find a arch-like structure, and you find in the top you see a Kirtimukha, and again in the entrance again you see here there is a Kirtimukha over there, and this is another unique thing of this particular structure. And as we move on, let's look at the few other historic and unique aspects that are available at this particular temple. As we move on, friends, you can find the multiple Tirthankara idols over here, and here you see the idol of Tirthankara Parshvanatha, the 22nd Jaina Tirthankara. Look at how fascinatingly this has been made, particularly the 7 hoods around the Parshvanatha Tirthankara. This has been made so nicely, and this is the Parshvanatha Tirthankara that is seen over here. And as we move on, let's explore a few other Tirthankara structures that are available in this particular temple. And again, now what you see over here is the idol of Tirthankara Neminatha, the 22nd Jaina Tirthankara. And one interesting aspect about this particular structures that are below, you see this particular structure over here. This is this appears just like a small stone, but this is called as Gundu Brahmadeva. Gundu means a rounded shaped Brahmadeva, and they say this particular Brahmadeva idol came over here to this place by floating in water, and they worship this idol as Brahmadeva. And that is, look at the fascinating facts, the amazing facts that are available within our Jain temples in the interiors of our country. And and as you see over here, we are witnessing the idol of Tirthankara Neminatha. And furthermore, when we come over here, here is another interesting Tirthankara idol. This is the idol of Padmaprabha Tirthankara. And for a matter of fact, as we all know, we usually do not find too many idols or too many temples of dedicated to Tirthankara Padmaprabha, and this is probably, or this is the only Padmaprabha Tirthankara idol found in the Mysore region, or the old Mysore region I should say. And as you see below, this is again a Brahma Yaksha. If you see over here, in the head of the Yaksha, you see the Tirthankara in sitting posture or in Padmasana. So that is how we can clearly see this is a Jaina deity or a Jaina Yaksha. And as you move over here, this is another deity. The deity is Tirthankara Neminatha. In Padmasana, this is a structure. This is a very newly made idol made of marble. And besides this, you find another idol. This is the idol of 24 Tirthankar, or the 24 Tirthankaras. In the center is seen a Tirthankara idol in sitting posture or in Paryankasana. And so this is a very interesting structure. And as we move on, friends, here is one very, very interesting aspect about this particular temple. This is a inscription. This is a very ancient inscription, engraved in 1371 AD. Now let's try to explore further more details about this particular inscription. If you see the inscription, in the top is seen a Tirthankara in seated posture or in Paryankasana, and besides the Tirthankara on either sides are seen the Chamaras, and to the right of the Tirthankaras, the Chamaras or Chauris, and to the right of the Tirthankara is seen Surya, and to the left of the Tirthankara is seen the Chandra. What does the presence of Surya and Chandra indicate? That is very interesting. Means to say, the inscription that is written over here has a validity as long as the sun and moon continue to be existing. Means to say, as long as this world continues to be there, this particular inscription has a validity. That is what it symbolizes. Below that, below the Tirthankara sculpture, you see over here, there are two lines of inscriptions that are written, and below that you see over there the structures that you see here. These are, if you look at this, at the extreme left, you see a woman or a person, a man rather, with folded hands. Besides that, you see a Muni with Shruta in his hand and trying to preach to the devotees. In between, you find the Shruta Skanda, and to the right of that, to the left of the Shruta Skanda is seen a couple of other Munis, which clearly indicate that this is a Sallekana memorial inscription. And below that, if you see, you find a furthermore inscriptional text. Friends, there are about 18 lines in this inscriptional text, and in the third sculpture that you see, again, is a woman who is standing with folded hands, and you find two other persons. Those are Munis who are preaching the Jina Dharma, or the teachings of the Jina or the Tirthankaras, to the women with folded hands. Now let us try and explore what exactly is the content of this particular inscription. The inscription is dated to 13th November 1371, and it starts with the shloka adoring the Jinas, and the shloka goes as follows: Srimat Paramagambira Syadvadamogha Lanchanam Jiya Trailokya Natasya Shasanam Jina Shasanam. So that is how the initial two lines are, and from the third line onwards, with the rest of the inscriptions, we will try to explore the content. This is a Sallekana memorial inscription of a Digambara Jaina Muni called as Megha Chandradeva, and the inscription is all dedicated towards describing the greatness and holiness and the good qualities and the knowledge about the Digambara Jaina Muni. And furthermore, it clearly says that he is such a great knowledgeable person that there are no there is no match to him in the region, and he was a great in every other vidya or every other knowledge and educational forms. And if you go further above, you know that two inscriptions that you see just below the Tirthankara in the top, in the two lines of inscription, it clearly says that Megha Chandra, the Digambara Jaina Muni Megha Chandra's disciple, Manik Chandra or Manikya Nandi Devaru, got this particular inscription made in memory of his Guru Megha Chandra Deva. So I think look at the amazing facts that are hidden within this particular inscription. I think this is one of the very unique Salekana memorial inscriptions found in the region. And again, friends, with this, I think we are almost coming to an end of this exploratory journey of this ancient Neminatha and Kudre Brahmadeva Digambara Jaina temple in Nanjangud Taluk of Mysore district. Friends, we will let's quickly have a glimpse of the Leppa Brahmadeva, the Brahmadeva idol made up of Leppa or clay. And finally, let's have a final darshan of Tirthankara Neminatha. Friends, this is Nitin HP here from the team at Jain Heritage Centers, bringing this live to you. Please continue and subscribe to our Facebook page and our YouTube channels to have much more coverage of ancient Jain heritage sites. Thank you. Signing off, Nitin HP here from the team at jainheritagecenters.com. Thank you. Jai Janendra.